Hi everyone, it's Tara and welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be beating our face for a more everyday look. This is my updated everyday makeup routine. If you haven't watched the last one, I'll leave it linked down below for you guys. But today's one's a little bit more dewy, it's a little bit more glam, it's a little bit more popping, it's just a little bit more everything. So if you want to see how I achieve this look, definitely keep on watching. And also, if you haven't watched my recent videos, definitely do that. I've done some challenges, I've done some hair reviews, I've done some other makeup looks, so definitely give those a check. And yeah, that is it from me talking. Let's begin. Okay, so to begin, we're going to take some bio oil and kind of use that to make our face look extra dewy and glowy. I don't have any fancy drops that you see all over Instagram, so I'm using the bootleg version. And then I'm going to take this Gleam Body Radiant in Peach Deluxe. And I'm going to kind of use that as my primer today. I'm not using a primer because, like I said, I want to look dewy, I don't want to look matte. So I'm just going to apply that all over my face, focusing it on my places that I want to glow extra more, and just kind of blend it all together. So I can't be the only one that suffers with those horrible lines around your mouth, the creasing. I absolutely hate it. So what I've been doing recently is taking my Laura Mercier translucent powder and actually applying that onto those lines before I apply any foundation. And then what I'm going to be using today is actually a concealer kind of as my foundation. This is a very, very full coverage concealer. It's by Anastasia Beverly Hills. And I'm just going to apply that all over my face, focusing it on my problem areas. And I'm going to blend it out with my damp beauty blender. So just to be all the way extra, I'm going to take this CC cream by The Body Shop, and it's supposed to make you glow, give you kind of like a nice complexion. I didn't really need it today, but you know, I was just being a bit extra. I wanted some extra stuff to make me glow. And then I'm going to take the same ABH concealer, and I'm actually going to use two concealers today. I've kind of done this in my other videos where I like to use a concealer that's my actual skin tone and then take a lighter shade concealer to obviously make my face brighten and highlight. I love to do this when I want a more natural looking highlight. I just feel like it just makes it look more natural, if that makes sense. And then I'm taking this Maybelline Fit Me concealer to kind of brighten and highlight. This is kind of a new thing that I've started doing, which is mixing this Body Radiance Gleam thing with my actual concealer that I'm going to use to highlight, and I absolutely love it. It just made my concealer look so smooth and gave me kind of like a natural dewy look without looking like too much of a grease ball or looking like a glazed donut, if you get what I mean. But as you can see, like, it just blended out so well and just made my skin look very, very flawless. So I definitely recommend like mixing like a liquid illuminator with like your foundation or your concealers if you haven't already. So to bake and set my under eye concealer, I'm going to use the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and this is a new product for me. I only bought this recently and it is very expensive. It's like £30 for the tub or whatever, but I will say it is worth the money. It's a very, very good setting powder and I've been loving it so far. So I'm just going to set basically my whole face. I'm going to set my laugh lines as well because, like I said, I have a lot of crease in there. And then I'm going to move straight onto my eyes. I'm actually using a primer by Milani, as you just saw, but I'm also mixing it with the same brush I used to apply the concealer. And then I'm going to use my beauty blender with a little bit of translucent powder on it as well, just to kind of set my eyelids and prevent creasing. Then from the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, I'm going to take these two shades that I was just pointing to, and I'm going to apply that to my crease. I have a lot of space from my lid to my brow bone, so I always have to put like a transition colour, that's what I'm looking for, in between, just to fill that gap. So that's basically what I'm doing now. So this shade from the Modern Renaissance palette is my new obsession. I believe it's called Riga. I don't really know, but it's such a beautiful matte orange. Like just look at that. Like, it's so, oh, it's just amazing. Absolutely love it. It's so pigmented and just gives you such a nice burnt orangey. It's just beautiful. But I'm gonna take this brown shade from the Kat Von D palette as well, and I'm just gonna darken the crease up a little bit because it's an everyday look. I don't want to do anything too crazy on my eyes, so I just like to make sure I have a nice lid colour and make sure that it kind of blends in with the crease. For my favourite part of the eyeshadow, I have to use some type of highlighting shade to make my brow bones pop and make my inner tear duct pop as well. So as you saw, I'm taking the Glow Kit in Gleam, and I was using the shade Mimosa. I'm just applying that underneath my brow bone, or on my brow bone, I don't know, and then in my inner tear duct as well. I love doing this. Like, whenever I wear eyeshadow, I have to do these two things because just look at it. It makes so much difference to your eyeshadow. So I'm just contouring with the Black Radiance contour palette, and then I'm going to take this ebony bronzer thing from CoverGirl. I like to use it as a blush, and I think it's just the perfect blush for me at the moment. I'm so obsessed with it. Then I'm going to take this highlighter from Colourpop. I think it's in shade Wisp, and I like to apply it with my fingers because the consistency of it is very soft, so sometimes when I use it with like a brush it just doesn't look good, so I like to use it with my hands and then blend it out with a brush. And then for some extra glow, I'm going to use this highlighting shade from the same contour palette by Black Radiance, and I'm going to go to town with this. I'm going to apply it on my cheekbones, on my nose, on my forehead, on my chin, on my cupid's bow, everywhere. If there's a place on my face that can glow, trust me, it's going to glow. And then I like to just make sure it's all blended out and make sure it's seamless and nice. And then for lips, I'm going to do the same thing I always do, a brown lip liner all over my lips. I'm going to kind of overdraw them because, you know, small lips out here. So I'm going to take that, and then I'm going to take two lip glosses by NYX. One is in shade Beige, which is my all-time fave, and the other one is in shade Pink Frost. So these together just give me such a beautiful, nice lip gloss kind of colour. And then my new obsession is this Milani Make It Dewy setting spray. It obviously makes your face dewy, it illuminates, it sets for 16 hours it says, and it just makes your face look so flawless. So that is it for today's video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. I hope you got some new tips and tricks for your makeup. If you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on my social media. Everything is TaraSiX. But once again, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye guys. Mwah.